Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I am your girl, Candy Washington, and we are going to dive into how the Ice Queen herself is melting, not just melting, but legitimately crumbling. That's right, Erika Jane Girardi of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is facing some ish. But before we dive in, you guys know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this video, share this channel, check out the description box, hit that super thanks, and also check out our merch. With that, let's dive right on in. So, we all know Miss Erika Jane Cry Me a River Girardi is in it. Unfortunately, I think that she will be coming back next season for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But I think she'll have to have things she answers to during the next season. I think it's going to be Erika versus Kyle. That's what I think the major storyline of next season will be. Them going at it with their friendship. Can they get back to where they were? Should they? X, Y, and Z. But that is the least of her worries. So word on the street is that we all know a couple months ago, and on the last episode, she was all like, oh, I got dismissed from that $5 million lawsuit. I got dismissed, blah, blah, blah. You will all see. This vindicates me. But we all know, as Crystal pointed out, that is not true. Essentially, what happened was the people suing her were like, you know what? We filed this lawsuit against you in Illinois. It's going to be much easier to sue you if we actually file this in California. So the lawsuit got dismissed without prejudice, which means that they can refile it. And now those people are going to refile that case against her in California. So just because the case was dismissed doesn't mean it was a win, doesn't mean it vindicates her, doesn't mean there's not enough evidence. It just means it will be easier to go after her in the correct jurisdiction, where all the stuff is happening, where everything has gone down. So let's switch the jurisdiction from from Illinois to California. It's a jurisdiction issue, not a vindication. So fake news, as we all know, Erika basically pretended like the dismissal kind of meant she was out of the clear. But what she is definitely not out of the clear of, allegedly, rumor has it, according to Reality Blurb, the ish is going down. All right, so Erika Jane said she is unable to pay the $2.2 million in taxes she owes to the state of California for June of 2019 in June. So this is basically saying Erika Jane has $2.2 million that she owes to California in back taxes. And now, months later, she reportedly is facing an additional $4.5 million in overdue taxes for the same year. According to attorney Ronald Richards, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star is liable and could soon be forced to pay the overdue amount after the IRS filed a claim against her estranged husband, Thomas Girardi, who is currently in the midst of bankruptcy. This is a revised IRS claim for $4.5 million against Tom Girardi, which includes the 2019 tax year. Ronald tweeted on September 12th. Erika Jane is liable for these taxes as well. These include her income from EJ Global LLC. At some point, her wages will be attracted to the IRS instead of waiting for the Thomas bankruptcy to end. So essentially what this article is saying is that Erika Jane herself was owing the IRS $2.2 million, and she's claiming she's unable to pay it. I mean, the IRS is watching. Literally on the last episode or the last two episodes of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you've been bragging about, your purse is worth $250,000, how much, your handbags are, your clothes, you still have a whole makeup team and glam squad, you still fly them out everywhere. You talk about, everything that you have. You said the great thing about moving was seeing all the stuff that you don't, wear, and that you have all this stuff, and you were saying this costs this, and I have this, and this costs that. So How are you then going to the IRS and saying, I don't have any money? I can't pay this? When you're literally on national television doing a full inventory about the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of clothes, shoes, bags, jewelries, and cars that you have. The IRS is watching, boo boo. The IRS is watching. So this whole pretending like you're at rock bottom, you don't have any money. We all know that when you're sober, allegedly, that is the narrative you're putting out there because you want to go then and allegedly mislead the IRS and saying you don't have any money. But then when you're popping your meds and then you're taking the tequila shots and the vodka shots, allegedly, the truth comes out. You had your bravado back, you had your Erika Jane back, and you wanted the world to know, and you wanted everybody at that table to know exactly how much money you actually still had, and exactly how much all the stuff you still have cost. And you had the audacity to wear those earrings. The IRS is watching, boo boo. Now, they're saying that obviously we know Thomas Girardi is going into bankruptcy, having to somehow liquidate all of his assets, figure out where the money went, and if they're able to, make the victims whole and give them back some type of money that Tom Girardi stole from them. Now the IRS is saying that he is actually, he owes $4.5 million in overdue taxes, allegedly for the same exact year or whatever, but that's the lump sum amount. We all know, well, at least in my opinion, allegedly, that the so-called divorce, separation between Erika and Tom was just a way for them to have legal cover, right? It was just for legal cover. It was just for her to try and skeet out of liability, her to try to, skirt any having to pay back the stuff, being in the lawsuits. But as we see, that really hasn't worked. They are still legally married. They can say estranged all they want. But again, Erika, we're all watching. And you said it yourself multiple times on the show. You and Tom are still in contact. So which is it? Are you estranged because you feel like you are a victim, that he played you? Or are you guys still in contact, making sure you keep your story straight, making sure you still get the narrative out there that you're trying to push, pretending like you're destitute when you're clearly not? Like literally the purse you had is more than some people's mortgages for like their month, right? So girl, bye. The IRS is watching. The feds are watching. So you trying to play poor to the government and to the IRS, but yet you're playing in our faces every other Wednesday on TV, showing us exactly all the stuff you still have and how much money you still have. It's not syncing up, sis. It's not syncing up. They're saying that Erika will still be liable for Tom since they are still legally married, and also since they did do legal business together. It's been known that Girardi Keys, his company, would cipher money to EJ Global, which is Erika's company, EJ Global LLC. So not only are you legally married, but your businesses also have a paper trail that you were, receiving funds. So yeah, allegedly she's on the hook for her 2.2 million and his 4.5 million because she is still legally married to him. Now, let's see. Yes. So that's the 2.2 million. Okay, now the next thing is Erika's EJ Global LLC license has been suspended. I believe this happened a while back when it blew up about the whole Erika Girardi's EJ Global LLC had received $25 million from Tom Girardi and Keys. I'll just say allegedly received $25 million. And so what a judge did was, we're going to suspend your license. So that was the judge way of saying, okay, we need to figure out where that money went, where that money came from, like if it's fraudulent money. And we also want to make sure that you're no longer able to, receive and disperse money through your company. So we're going to go ahead and suspend that license and freeze those accounts so Erika can't get access to that stuff, right? I believe freezing the accounts, but definitely the license has been suspended, so she does not have sort of her, EJ Global LLC to use as sort of like a piggy bank situation. So it's not looking good. But as we know, allegedly, word on the street, she gave 5 million to Lisa Rinna to invest in her beauty company, maybe hold some money for her. Also, allegedly, Erika has some type of money ciphered away, obviously, like some type of hidden money, whether it's an overseas bank account. And I believe that. Again, this is rumor allegation, but I believe it because I just don't think that Erika is reacting the way that I think a person with her personality type, in my opinion, would genuinely react if they really had nothing. To me, she's performing. It's all performative. The crying, I'm the rock bottom, I'm a wife in ruins. It's all very scripted. It's all very performative. It's giving very, off Broadway acting vibes, Lifetime movie special situation. Erika, you're not that good of an actress. Cut it. I think that if this was a woman who truly did not have access to millions and millions of dollars, who truly was a wife in ruins, allegedly, I think that she would be responding to this very differently. I think we would see some genuine tears. I think we would see some genuine breakdowns. I'm not talking about popping pills and having cocktails and not wearing underwear, hitting on your friend's child. Like, I'm not talking all this play stuff that she's doing. I think she would actually have a breakdown. So to me, Erika, your whole situation just screams fraudulent. I think you have a lot of money that you've either ciphered to friends that to hold for you, or you know where the offshore accounts are. You know how to get to the artwork, the boats, the jewelry, all of that, which is where you guys really tried to hide the money, right? Who buys earrings for $1.3 million? Unless you want to hide $1.3 million. So Erika missed me with this. Also, bad news for Erika is Jennifer Lawrence, who I love. I love her. She came out swinging. She basically said that this season was boring. That I don't agree with. I think this season was actually very interesting. But she said that Erika Girardi was evil and that she needs a new publicist. Co-signing both of those. Erika Girardi is evil and she definitely needs a new publicist. So go team Jennifer. Tell it like it is. You're basically saying what we're all thinking. Erika Jayne then did her best clapback, but as we all know, Erika can't actually read. She can't ever actually give clapbacks. It's always just veiled threats and being a bully like she always is. And was just like, oh, well, Jennifer, we would love to have you over in Beverly Hills and see how we could get you to, unmask the bad parts of yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up, Erika. Shut up. You're not going to do anything to Jennifer Lawrence. Just shut up. Just shut up. Ugh, I can't with her. I can't. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know. Do you think Erika Jayne will actually be held accountable for the $2.2 million in back taxes, for the $4.5 million in back taxes that Tom Girardi owes? What do you think about, her lying and saying that the $5 million case meant that she was dismissal case meant that she was innocent, when it actually turns out they're just dismissing it in Chicago, Illinois, in order to have a stronger case and refiling it here in California in the correct jurisdiction. Also, do you agree with Jennifer Lawrence? Is Erika evil? Does she need a new publicist? Did you think this season was boring? Let a girl know. Put it all down below in the comment section. But before you do that, you guys, I love you. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Share this with a friend because a key is always better with community. Check out the description box. Check out our merch. And happy Friday, everybody. Have fun, have fun, have fun, have fun, have fun. Oh, and one last thing. You know what? I actually think if anyone's going to bring down the Ice Queen, it's going to be the IRS. Isn't that how they got, what's the guy, the mafia guy? I don't know his name. I can't think of it. But isn't that how they get people? Like when they can't get people, like they know, it's like when they know someone committed a crime, right? Like they know the crime has been done, but they can't prove it legally in a court of law, don't they usually get them with taxes? I mean, the only thing in certain in life is death and taxes. So take that, Erika Jane. And with that, you guys, take care of yourself and each other. I love you. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram at Candy Washington. Let's go.